Hey everyone, Rev Rush here, and today we're going to be showcasing some battles we did here on Pokemon Showdown. We're using a team popularized by a winner of a regional in the UK. This team features a Mega Rayquaza that has Overheat, which is pretty cool honestly, a Primal Kyogre, a Raichu that has Static instead of Lightning Rod so that you can get the occasional paralyzation off, a Scizor with Swords Dance, which is very helpful against Xerneas, and a Gengar that has helpful moves like Skill Swap or Taunt. I switched his last Pokemon for a Latios, who honestly didn't see too much usage, and I'd probably switch it out if I had to redo this team. So, our opponent sends out a Crobat and Rayquaza first, while I bring out my Kyogre and my Gengar. Gengar is useful in the fact that it has skill swaps, so I can switch my abilities if I wish to get back the Heavy Rain if I wanted to. He brings out his Ferrothorn though, so that's fine. I protect my Rain Man in case of any attack by Rayquaza, and he goes for a Super Fang, which is fine by me. I use Icy Wind, another move I have on my Gengar, to lower speed, which helps against opposing Crobats. Seeing that Primal Kyogre is not in the best position for Power Whips, I'm going to bring out my Scizor, who does well against Ferrothorn. He brings out his Kyogre in return, probably trying to Power Whip and maybe take down my Gengar on the next turn. I Shadow Ball his Kyogre and get a nice lucky special defense drop, while he brings my Gengar right down to the Sash. And Ferrothorn's not faster than me, but I'm going to Shadow Ball that Kyogre again, just trying to drop his special defense yet again, which is fine by me. He Origin Pulses me and does a lot more than I honestly want him to do. And I Swords Dance, but unfortunately it's not going to do too much as Leechy's going to take a lot of my health. I do have 4 left, and I'm going to bring out my Primal Rayquaza, Megaing it the next turn, and bringing out the Heavy Winds, the Delta Stream, yeah. And I Bullet Punch that Kyogre, knocking it out, which is fine. And I try to Overheat the Ferrothorn and ignore the Heavy Rain. It should be Delta Stream now, it's just because I switch in the middle of a turn. And I'm going to bring my Kyogre and my Rayquaza versus their Crobat Ferrothorn. Unfortunately, I misclick and I meant to Extreme Speed the Crobat, which comes back, of course, to hurt me in the end. As Water Spout, even with a full health, still doesn't do enough to take down that Ferrothorn, of course. And Power Whip's going to take me out one-hit KO. That's the unfortunate problem about using Primal Kyogre, is that Ferrothorn with the Power Whip can usually take you out in one hit. And now I'm stuck with a Rayquaza, a Mega Rayquaza versus a Ferrothorn and a full health Rayquaza. So, despite my protects, nothing's going to do too much here, even if I'm hoping that I am a faster Dragon Ascent, which is the only thing I got going for me here. He's faster, unfortunately, and my Rayquaza goes down to a Dragon Ascent, losing us this battle here. We were doing a Swiss tournament, so we're just doing a few different rounds, showcasing this team. So, our opponent sends out Kangaskhan and Crobat, while I send out Scizor and Gengar. He goes for a Fake Out. Unfortunately on my Scizor, I was kind of seeing that coming. I was hoping he didn't, because then I could get a Swords Dance, and he taunts me. But that's fine, because I actually go for a Icy Wind, knocking down again the speed of the Crobat and the opposing Kangaskhan. I flinch, unfortunate, yes, and he Sucker Punches me as I probably try to go for a Shadow Ball onto that Crobat. But due to that, I'm able, Super Fang's gonna bring me down to 43. I'm able to get off a Swords Dance, letting me get a free Bullet Punch off hopefully the next turn, while I bring out my Rayquaza again. He's very useful in many matchups due to the fact that Dragon Ascent just does a crazy amount of damage. Bullet Punch is able to take down that Crobat in one hit, while Dragon Ascent is able to take down the Kangaskhan in the next hit. Pokemon nowadays, it's really quick, like snap battles, and it can be decided by one attack, and you really can take down a Pokemon in a turn or two. And they go by pretty quickly due to the fact that the Primals and the Megas, they offer a lot of power, honestly. And I'm able to use Dragon Ascent and Bullet Punch to take down that Scizor, which is pretty nice. Take down the Kyogre because he has Ice Beam, and I'm afraid that he's going to try to Ice Beam my Rayquaza, which would be pretty bad without my Delta Stream here anymore. So, Kyogre comes out versus that Groudon. Dragon Ascent is enough to bring that Groudon down right to about the orange, and he Earth Powers my Primal Kyogre for some reason, and I'm able to get a Scald off, able to take down that Groudon. Groudon, without his, Desolate Land ability, doesn't have the sun, and he has a 4 times weakness to water, so that's the best possible way to take down a Primal Kyogre. So our opponent has a Talonflame, a Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon, that duo, Mawile, Cresselia, and a Amoonguss. So I'm thinking Scizor would be a pretty nice matchup for this. He mounts his Cresselia, which is perfect, and a Groudon. Unfortunately for Scizor, that's not the best looking matchup. So he Megas, and that's fine. I think I'm gonna switch him right out and bring out my Kyogre, which is fine. I get rid of his Intense Sun and bring in my Heavy Rain, which is kind of what I wanted. I taunt that Cresselia in the offhand case that it's gonna try something, but it has Mental Herb, and its Eruption fizzles out in the rain. He skill swaps, bringing back the Desolate Land, which is unfortunate for me, but you know what? I'm gonna skill swap my Kyogre and Water Spout, taking out his Groudon in one hit and bringing Cresselia right down to the orange. He Trick Rooms, meaning that he's going to have the advantage with his slow Mawile and Cresselia on the opposing side of the field. So I'm going to switch out my Gengar and bring in my Scizor to help me out in this matchup. He Play Roughs me, leaving me with 17 health, and Ice Beams my what would have been Gengar spot. Ice Scald, which does a nice amount of damage to that Mawile. No burn, unfortunately, but that's alright. We can still make do. Talonflame comes on out while I protect my Scizor, and I assume his Mawile is going to try to target me, which he does. I Bug Bite what would have been the Cresselia, and unfortunately nothing there. He Brave Birds my Primal Kyogre, and I'm kind of seeing what sacrifices I can make here, and I honestly accept that I could lose him. With nothing else to do, I thought Scizor was going to die, so I go for a Swords Dance. You know, why not? I'm going to Mega my my Rayquaza, and I'm going to protect him so that he can't get hit by any Play Roughs. He protects his Talonflame, which is honestly fine with me, and goes for an Iron Head on the Rayquaza spot. He Brave Birds my Scizor, knocking it out. Unfortunately, not much I could do there. I kind of saw that coming the minute I brought him out. I'm going for an Overheat here to knock out that Mawile. He's mainly a physical attacker, but he does have Overheat to help him combat against steals. Pretty helpful, right? I'm going to Extreme Speed that Talonflame because Extreme Speed has 2+2 priority, and I'm going to take out the Talonflame. I'm going to Shadow Ball that Cresselia and bring it right down to the red. So even though he Ice Beams me, I still have my strong winds, which really helps. And I Dragon Ascent that Cresselia and take it right down, winning us this next battle. Now the next two battles are here for fun. They're some of the closest battles I've probably ever had. Comes right down to the last Pokemon. Maybe a Paralyzation could have ended it, but this one right here is one of the closest battles we'll probably ever witness. So, our opponent brings out Liepard and Xerneas. I'm seeing that Xerneas thinking, Geomancy. So I'm going to bring out my Scizor to hopefully try to get off a Swords Dance, but he fakes out my Scizor, which is fine, and I'm going to taunt his Xerneas. That gets rid of Geomancy, which is not what I wanted to happen, because +2 special attack, special defense, and speed is really scary to deal with. He brings out his Aegislash, which is fine. I'm going to Icy Wind to lower the speed of the Liepard, and I guess now the Aegislash. And he Foul Plays me, bringing me down to the Sass, which is fine because he leaves my Scizor untargeted this turn, which is what I wanted to happen. He tries to paralyze my Scizor, but I have Lumberry to protect me from, Dark Voids. Bullet Punch is able to take down that Liepard, and he's going to Shadow Sneak my unfortunate Gengar, knocking it out in one hit. A lot of Aegislashes nowadays are physical compared to the special they used to be in 2015 because of their ability to hit stronger on Xerneas, who's Geomancy. You don't want to have Flash Cannon, Bullet Punch doesn't do too much to Scizor, but he Shadow Sneaks my Scizor, doing a bit of damage. I'm able to Ice Beam, which is what I wanted to do, and even though he has a Yak Berry, it takes down the Thundurus. That's fine. Xerneas comes back out, I'm like, oh crap, he's gonna try to Geomancy. I try to Bullet Punch it immediately, but he protects. Probably seeing that I was going to do that. Shadow Sneaks me, and I'm able to Scald that Aegislash, and in the non-defensive form, I take it right out in one hit. So now I'm stuck with a Rayquaza and a Kyogre here. Now I have the Strong Wind's ability. Dazzling Gleam is going to bring me right down to the red with poor Rayquaza here. I'm going to Dragon Ascent, seeing what I can do, and I leave it with 5 HP. Life Orb takes 10 HP away, and here there's 1 HP left against me and my Extreme Speed. So, though I knock him out, I knock myself out. But since he gets knocked out first, I am able to win this battle with 1 HP. Now the next battle features a different team, but it's in no way any less close. It has Groudon, Rayquaza, a Ferrothorn, a Lapras, Talonflame, and a Smeargle. And though he may, Smeargle's kind of, a mixed bag. He can have Dark Void. He can do a lot of other roles, as you can see in this next battle. I'm going to bring out my Priority Brave Bird and ban it. That's just, remember back when Rayquaza was first announced about how OP he was. And he gets an Intimidate off on my Landorus, which is honestly fine. I'm going to switch out him to bring in Ferrothorn in this case of Thunderbolts, while I Mega my Rayquaza, and he goes for the Thunderbolt as suspected onto my Ferrothorn. Gets the unfortunate paralyzation the first turn, and I Dragon Ascent that Landorus, bringing down my defenses, and a little bit of health through that Life Orb. Rock Slide does a bit of damage. It would have been, more if I didn't have the Mysterious Current or Strong Winds. He switches out this Landorus for the Kyogre, while I protect. I'm not sure. Yes, I protect it just in case of a Thunderbolt. And he goes for a Thunder Wave as suspected onto my Mega Rayquaza. And I tried a Gyro Ball, what would have been the Landorus spot, doing a lot more damage. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. I'm going to switch out my Rayquaza in case of any Ice Beams or hidden Power Ices like that Thunderous has. Origin Pulse is going to miss my Talonflame very luckily for me, and I'm going to Power Whip that Kyogre out of this match, netting us our first KO of this match. And Leftovers is good to have on a Ferrothorn. He can slowly sap back some health. Now here's what I'm thinking, oh crap, we're in trouble. I try to Quick Guard against any potential Fake Outs, but he doesn't fake me out. He Thunderbolts my Talonflame instead, knocking it out. He goes for a surprising Drain Punch, taking away a little bit of my health, but gaining it back in the Drain Punch. So, we win some, you lose some there. I'm down to 5 HP, and I go for a Gyro Ball, leaving him with 26 HP. Pretty rough waters here, as we're both down one Pokemon, but my Ferrothorn's not doing so hot. I Earth Power that that Kangaskhan. This Rayquaza doesn't have Extreme Speed, so I'm kind of screwed there. He Hidden Powers me, and even with the Strong Winds, I still lose my Rayquaza, but here's what's key. I get a Leech Seed off, and that means Leftovers plus Leech Seed is going to get me back a lot of health this turn. Now I have Smeargle here, and you're going to think, yes, Dark Void, but in fact, I don't. I have Wide Guard, which is a pretty helpful move. It blocks moves that would ordinarily hit both Pokemon on the side of the field. So, he tries to Wide Guard me, and nothing happens due to the fact that we Wide Guarded. He tries to, Earthquake. And I'm able to get back some health from both the Leech Seed and the Leftovers. I'm going to Wide Guard again, even though I know that poor Smeargle's going down this turn, and that's fine. I saw that coming. Old Ferrothorn here didn't do too much, and even though Smeargle faints, Wide Guard's still in effect for that turn. Poor Ferrothorn here was paralyzed 2 turns in a row, so I'm able to get back some Leftovers health and Leech Seed up. I'm going to Protect here, luckily finally getting off that Protect, and I went down from 5 HP with little Ferrothorn here, all the way back up to about 77 HP, meaning that their moves probably can't do too much. He's going to Hidden Power me, which takes down his Thunderous because he's Life Orbed. Perfect. And he's going to Earthquake me here, and here I'm hoping no paralyzations. Perfect for me. I get a Gyro Ball coming right down to the end where a paralyzation really could have determined the game for me. So that's going to be it for today. I do hope everyone enjoyed the battles. If you enjoyed, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more. And as always, if you want a battle, just let me know in the comments. Thanks everyone.